Hey, welcome back, ARST conference attendees. Hope you're enjoying this symposium. This is my session number 2 on getting out of the grind, building the business of your dreams. And so hopefully you attended my first session where we spent some time reflecting on the business you have today and the business that you visualized when you started or you want to get to. And you're beginning to think about the tasks you're doing today and the tasks that you don't want to do any longer and you want to delegate. And so now I want to give you some practical tools and walk through some strategies to make some changes in your business. So hopefully you're ready for a fun another half-hour series with us here. Have you ever had to make a change in your life and you just weren't motivated to do it and you never did make the change? Or you needed to make a change in your life and you just did it, right? And there was a reason why. When we're making a change in our life, we all go through what we call this change formula. And what it is, D times V in parentheses plus F greater than R. So that's the formula. And now I want to tell you what that means. D is dissatisfaction. V is vision for something better. The F is the first step. And then the R is the resistance of doing nothing at all. So now let's take this formula and explain it. So you want to make changes in your business. You want to make changes in your life. Are you dissatisfied enough to make that change? Because you need to have dissatisfaction plus a vision for something better, along with a first step. All of that needs to be greater than the resistance of doing nothing at all. Okay, so if you're not that dissatisfied in your business, if you're not that dissatisfied, or if you don't really have a vision for something better, you don't really understand what steps you should make, you're not going to make any changes. It's not going to be bigger than the resistance of doing nothing at all. But if you have a deep desire, a vision of something better, and you're not really happy with your business you have or your situation you're in, and you know, like, here's the steps and strategies I'm going to do, and if you're all excited and have energy around that, that could be a lot greater than the resistance of doing nothing at all. So take a little second here and think about that. Think about yourself. Where are you at? Are you dissatisfied enough? Are you wanting to make change? Obviously, if you don't have that desire, the dissatisfaction greater than the resistance, none of this is really going to go anywhere. So think about that. In our previous session, we had you guys go through an exercise, which is our unique ability quadrants. So I want you to grab that sheet of paper, and we're going to use that now in another exercise. So this exercise is building an org chart, an organizational chart of what your company will look like or what it looks like today even. So this org chart is going to have all the groups of positions on one sheet of paper. So grab a sheet of paper with me. And what I want you to do is start on the top of that sheet of paper with a circle. And this is your president, CEO, owner of the company in that circle. And then down below that, there would be a circle for a general manager or a COO, operations person, somebody running the day-to-day operations. And then draw a line down and split that. And then you're going to draw all the circles on this for all the different positions within your organization. Now, you might be saying, well, wait a second. It's just me, or it's just me and 3 other people, or it's just me and 5 other people. So should I just draw those boxes? Well, no, I want you to forget about the people right now and just think about the tasks, the group of tasks, a position task. It's kind of like an accountability chart here. It's not necessarily just the people and then what they do, but let's break this out in types of work. So one box would be like back office, which would be maybe it's somebody that answers the phones and does customer interaction, sets appointments, fields calls, okay? Another box would be who does the accounting. Maybe it's an accounting manager that does QuickBooks, invoices, accounts payable. Maybe there's another position that works with vendors, places orders, manages your warehouse, manages your inventory. See where I'm going with this? Like the groups of tasks. Salesperson, sales manager, production manager, team leader, production head of your production team of 2 that does the installs, or maybe it's just an individual installer. Then you maybe have a service tech, somebody that goes out to houses where you already have existing systems and services those and does your annual maintenance program. All those boxes. So I want you to take a minute here, look at your unique ability chart now, and start plotting out all of those tasks you identified before into the org chart. So there'll even be more tasks you'll think of as you keep doing this, and put them all in these groups of positions. And then after you have that done, so you've got that all laid out with circles and maybe titles and tasks in these boxes, you can then stop and start plugging in your people into the org chart. So you're going to take yourself. What boxes are you in? There might be a box that you're in and somebody else is in it as well. There could be 3 people in a box. There could be you in every box. Every company's different, right? So take some time, think about your org chart, think about your unique abilities, and then I'm going to give you 2 minutes to take some time to do this. Great. Hopefully that was useful time for you to think about your organization and the different tasks within it, and then connecting that with the unique abilities. And you might be thinking right now that, hey, Kurt, if I delegate all these positions, am I going to make any money? I mean, you could delegate yourself right out of profitability, couldn't you? Because if you have a smaller company where you're doing a lot of the tasks, you're keeping all that money in your pocket. And now I'm going to hire somebody? Well, that costs money. That's, time and money, right? But really, the payroll expense of an employee, the hiring and all that, it does cost money. So yes, you do have to grow your business in order to delegate it, right? You've got to improve your profitability to delegate positions out. And the other thing to be considering in this as well is not just money, but it's also your time. The title of this session is called Getting Out of the Grind, right? And the grind are those tasks in the bottom right quadrant, the tasks that suck your energy that you don't like doing. So if you're able to restructure this a little bit and use some of these strategies I'm going to talk about next to get out of that grind, to delegate those tasks, hey, let's do it. So, next I want to talk to you about a concept of what your time is worth. When you start looking at delegation of duties that you're currently doing, you need to understand what your time is worth. I have a simple little exercise to help you define that. What you need to do this exercise is think about how much money do you want to make per year? Your profits, your take home, what you pull out of the business, your total profits, your income. How much do you want to make a year? Do you want to make $100,000? Do you want to make $200,000? Whatever that number is, write that number down and divide it by 2,000. There's 2,000 hours of work hours in a year. And so you take that total profit divided by 2,000, that's what your time is worth. So for instance, if you wanted to make $100,000, your time is worth $50 per hour. And so you want to make sure you're focusing your time on working on tasks that are worth $50 an hour or more, and stop doing the tasks that are worth less than that per hour. Okay? That's how you can help, or that's how we can help you kind of zero in on those tasks, those positions that you can delegate for $15 an hour, or $20 an hour, or $25 an hour, not $50 an hour. Okay? So do that exercise real quick. I want to address the elephant in the room here. Remember I said earlier, the comments that I've received from people is employees suck. It's hard to find good people. Kurt, I get it. I want to delegate, but I can't find people that want to work these days. I've heard it, okay? And I'm here to tell you that is a mindset that you have got to change. You've got to get out of that mindset that people are no good. Because the bottom line, for you to scale your company and work your way out of those boxes, you're going to need to build a team. You're going to have to delegate. You're going to have to hire people. And this is not a presentation on best practices for hiring people or systems on hiring. We've got a lot of content that we can help you with on that. So please reach out to me, make comments. I'm willing to help you with hiring practices. But the bottom line is you've got to make a shift in your thinking. There are good people out there. There are great people out there, and you can find them, and you deserve to have good employees. And you can build a team of people that love coming to work. How about that? That are great, that are better than you at tasks. How about that? That's the kind of mindset you need to have to make this shift into delegation and growing your empire and working you out of that quadrant 4, quadrant 3 activities. Okay, I mentioned earlier that you could easily delegate yourself right out of profitability, right? With all these new hires you bring on. So let's focus now on putting together some tactical strategies to improve your business, to grow your business, and to improve your process. So this is going to be the working on your business strategy, okay? There's the work in your business where you're answering the phone, you're doing the quotes, you're installing the systems, you're ordering products, all those types of things is working in the business. We've got to take some time to work on the business now. And what we're going to work on is marketing, so improve your leads, production, building systems to delegate production so people can do it just as good as you, if not better, and sales. So being able to close deals at really good margin, and that kind of strategy and process around that. So first off, let's talk about marketing. So obviously one way to grow your profits and to grow your business is to get more leads. And once you have freed yourself up from some of those tasks that you were doing, and now you have time to spend in marketing, really there's 3 components that you could be spending your time on, okay? One component would be the direct marketing, like networking, building your referral sources. Now, what you'll want to do is come up and work on a strategy and some systems for getting out there on a regular basis, meeting with those people that can refer you work, right? So it's real estate agents, home inspectors, other residential contractors, building systems, strategies, so that happens on a regular basis. So you stay in front of these people that refer you work, and they continue to refer you work, and they don't forget you. So you've got processes, strategies in place around your networking. That is a true task that usually you're the best equipped to do. And so that would be a great thing to really focus on and build a system for marketing, for that direct marketing of referrals. Another marketing strategy would be trying to get the phone to ring by investing money in traditional marketing. So this could be working on your business, like working on your website, maybe looking at another vendor that can help you with your website, maybe researching pay-per-click, search engine optimization, look at different strategies around the internet like Home Advisor and how you can do that better. Also, there's traditional advertising like radio, TV, direct mail. There's a lot you could be doing, and these are investments, gang. I know it's an expense on a P&L, but these are investments you're making in marketing, and you need to spend time to work on those. And if you free up your time, you can work on those investments. And the third quadrant we like to talk about in marketing is your current customer base. Okay, how long have you been in business? How many customers are out there? Have they forgotten about you? Do they know you exist? Are they referring you work? Are you staying in front of them? This could be a really home run marketing strategy for you. And obviously it's going to take some time for you to get out of the in on the business and on the business to come up with some of these strategies to start generating more leads. So that's really just a quick summary on some of the things you might want to spend your time on from a marketing standpoint. The next key process I want to talk about is sales. So a lot of radon companies quote price. Okay, I got an opportunity. I'm going out and I'm going to quote price on this job, and hopefully my price is better than everybody else. Okay, and that's how your business runs. It's based on price. And you know what, that works in a lot of markets. Some radon markets or markets around the company for radon aren't very competitive. There's not a lot of radon companies. So you can just go out and quote price and you'll be fine. Then there's other markets where there's a lot of competition. And so quoting price is just one of those games that you got to keep reducing and getting lower and lower, and margins really suffer when you're in a price-driven commodity type of business, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. The way that I would like for you to take a second and look at this is, let's look at it based on value. Let's look at your business based on a different mindset. It's not just about price. Now, I get it. Somebody's selling their house. They want it done. They don't care much about quality. They just want it below 4 so they can move on. So obviously you need to build your business so you can be profitable in a competitive industry. But there's also a whole nother customer base out there that cares about value. They care about quality and they want it done right. And for those customers, if you go out and just continue to quote price, I feel like you're leaving some money on the table. These folks, we call them concerned homeowners. It could be the buyer of the house. It could be somebody that's just living in the house and they learned about radon from some of your advertising on the radio or TV or a direct mail piece you did. And these folks are interested in really improving their overall indoor air quality and obviously getting their radon down. And so there's an opportunity there for you to sell your services and sell value, and then hopefully improve your margins on those, because these folks now don't just want it down and dirty. I'm selling my house. I don't care about all these options. These folks might want options. They might want aesthetic options. They might want noise options. They might want warranty, annual maintenances. They also may be interested in other indoor air quality services that you might offer, might be looking to offer down the road if you're looking to expand your services. So in order to capitalize on those appointments, going in and just winging it, I don't think is the best strategy. I really feel like you need to take some time and talk about a sales process. think about how you can handle those. So you're uncovering needs with that customer. You're getting them to express what they want to accomplish. And then you're basically providing other options for them to help them accomplish their needs. That's a sales process. So I don't want to get too deep into this today. Obviously, I could teach a whole class on this, but I want to just plant some seeds with you to stop and think about how are you handling these leads you're getting for the non-real estate leads and even the real estate leads. Do you really need to be the cheap guy? Have you built your brand enough? Can you command a better price because of your quality of work? And just don't go there as far as being the cheap guy. And then think about like what are you offering to a concerned homeowner, someone that's staying in the house? Can you approach it a little bit differently to maybe build other value assets for them so you can charge a bigger price and get better margin? Boy, if you just tweak that a little bit and make an impact on your approach on sales, your margins start to increase, right? And your closing percentage would increase as well, and therefore creating more money for you to delegate yourself out of those low value activities that you don't like to do. So again, on the chat, reach out to me. I can give you more tips on sales, but hopefully I've planted a seed on another category that you can work on in your business to improve your profits. Now let's talk about production. So installing radon systems. Many of you already have crews installing systems. You've built systems for people to install these systems. But there's several of you too that, just like I was, installing systems myself and could make sure they're all done right. In order to grow and scale, you've got to get people that can install these systems very well with high customer satisfaction without you going there, okay? And so in order to do this, again, this is the get out of the office or get to a quiet place, work on your business work of plotting out your process that you use to install these systems. So therefore, you've got a system that you can delegate. And this is called delegation, meaning you're delegating a system versus abdicating a system. And I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble. You go out and you hire somebody. Oh man, what a great kid this person is. Really sharp, knows how to, knows the ins and outs of the house, knows construction, knows tools. And then they come out and you just train them on the job. They come out, follow me, let's go do this. And then hope that they just get it and go. There's a little bit of delegation with that. You're training them in some process, but it's not really spelled out. It's more of an abdication, like go do it and call me if you got problems. And without a true system of checks and measures and a checklist for that person to follow, you kind of set them up for failure. What I'm talking about is really a fine-tuned system. Maybe it's your 10 steps or your 15 steps to installing a system, the order that they should do it in. Even your process for communicating with the customer when you first get there, when you leave, during the installation, all that stuff really needs to be thought through. So that way you can delegate it just as good as when you were doing it, if not better, right? And so, us at National Radon Defense, we have an 18-step process. Yours might be 20. I don't know. Whatever you come up with, that's your formula. That's got value. That's worth a lot of money, right? That's your process. And then that'll help you scale yourself out of being the guy on every install and hopefully give you that tool that you need to hire good people and keep them engaged and continue to provide great service for your customers. When you look at your value per hour, what you're worth, and then you look at some of the administrative tasks within your organization that you might be doing, there could be a big opportunity. And what I'm talking about there is your back office tasks. Okay, so answering the phone, scheduling appointments, communicating with the customer when they have questions, when they have a complaint, following up after the installs, how'd it go, find out if the customer was happy, making sure you're ahead of the game on that, calling and placing orders with vendors. Boy, there's just a list of so many things that you're doing in the office that you can hire somebody to do. Man, there's opportunities right now across the world. There's virtual assistants you can hire for, gosh, I mean, I have a friend that's paying $5 an hour for somebody in the Philippines to be his virtual assistant. It's amazing. Or you can just find somebody local that comes into your office or even works from home for $15 an hour, to $20 an hour. Those types of resources are out there. There's really a lot of resources for you if you want to try to start delegating some of those administrative tasks. And freeing up that time, obviously, you can delegate it to these other things we're talking about, but also give you back time to spend with your family and doing your hobbies. So that's a big category to stop and think about. Working on your business, as you're plotting out all these tasks, can you create a position to get either part-time, full-time, to get those administrative tasks off of your plate? I think that's one of the low-hanging fruit out there for many people to really improve their lives and their business. The last area that I want to talk about in regards to making a change in your business, delegating and growing your business, is expanding your service offering. This could be something that could fit in really well with your business strategy. So if you think about, you're doing radon mitigation, right? And that's your tool that you have that you're selling to every homeowner. And they have other needs. They have other issues that they're trying to address, but you don't offer those things. So you never bring them up and you never ask about them. You might be leaving money on the table, right? I know personally, and you probably do too, that people are spending more time in their homes these days, right? I mean, that was already the trend pre-COVID, and now it's obviously people working from home, and now we have the winter, and just so people are really concerned about indoor air quality. Hopefully, we see a surge in additional radon business, but there's needs out there for other indoor air quality solutions, and I'm talking about ventilation systems that might bring in fresh air and exchange air. I'm talking about filtration systems. There's UVC light technology out there that's not complicated and actually works really well. There's just a slew of other indoor air quality solutions that fit right in your bag as a radon professional. And so those are some things that you could spend your time on as you free up your time to research and look for other solutions and try to build that into your sales process. And a lot of those items have really good margins, by the way. And so by just selling a few of these indoor air quality products on your appointments that you're generating, the more leads you're generating, man, that could really change the game for you. So it's something to consider. It's something that you might want to spend your time on as you free up your time and look to expand your service offering. Well, I just want to thank you all for taking the time at the R Symposium to listen to this presentation. I hope you got some value out of this and some tips and tricks that you can take back into your business and improve your business, improve your life, and hopefully get out of some of the grind that you don't enjoy doing in your business. Now, I will tell you that I didn't invent any of this stuff that I'm talking about. I learned this stuff from other people. I learned it through trial and error. I learned it through reading books and a lot of colleagues that I have sharing their entrepreneurial tips and wisdom with me. And so hopefully I can just share that with you, but I want to make sure that I didn't end this symposium without bringing up two books that I really view as required reading for an entrepreneur. And the first book is The E-Myth Revisited. I read this book, it's been a long 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And it changed my life. It made a huge impact on me. I did a total paradigm shift on how to build a business the right way. Michael Gerber, he's phenomenal. This book, highly recommend it. Go pick it up. They have an audiobook of this as well. So that's a key book that I highly recommend. The other one is Traction. Traction is kind of sweeping the nation of small business. It's an operating system on how to run a business effectively. It is a how-to and a strategy and a tactical book that when you read it, you can start putting these strategies into place in your business. And man, not have I seen the big impact in my business from doing and implementing Traction, but I've seen it in so many other businesses. It's really amazing. So pick these two books up. Again, reach out to me, comments, email me. If you want some additional information, we do have some other videos and some training materials that I'd be happy to share with you. Reach out to our training coordinator, Raina Forrest. Her email address is on the screen now. It's rforrest@nationalradondefense.com. and she can help you as well. So hey, again, thanks again for your time, and I hope you got value from this presentation.